everybody else's girl. Maybe one day she'll be her own. Oops, sorry. Hello. Hi, everybody. I'm back. Finally back from a fucking long vacation. I actually thought that that vacation is gonna be like worth two, like a day. Okay, we gonna go to the city for one day to celebrate my sister's birthday, and then we're gonna go home. But no, it turned into 2 days because we went farther. Like we went to Bukidnon. We went to Valencia City in Bukidnon, which is like how many hours? 9 hours from where we were. We were like traveling far. Like it was so exhausting because we were visiting family, I guess, from my dad's side because she had a stroke, and they my mom was like, "Ooh, you should PT her," which was successful, and then we realized that she didn't have PT because it turns out like the healthcare system in the Philippines is actual trash, which is not a surprise because the doctors tell her that you'll be fine in like 2 months. I'm like, bitch, stroke 2 months. She can't fucking walk. She can't move her arms and legs, and you tell her that she'll be fine in 2 months. You are stupid. Why are you a doctor? Why are you here? I hate life. Like that's how like my brain. That's how my brain went during that whole ordeal, and then we went to after we went to after we went after that we went home the next day, and then we went sightseeing. We seen some mountains. It's not a mountain, it's like a valley. Like what's the difference between hills and valleys? Who is older, a hill or a valley? You are as old as a hill. What is different? I'm gonna go to the dictionary. Valleys are an elongated depression of the Earth's surface, usually between ranges of hills and mountains. Wait, valleys are like valley is a depression. It is basically a valley, right? Area drained by river end because there's like a river at the top at the bottom. But a hill is like the the big parts, right? The big parts. Yep, a slope incline, a usually rounded natural elevation of land lower than a mountain. Yep, it's a hill. So it was a hill. If only could deal with God. Okay, I get it. That's why it's called a hill. Mm, okay. I watched some hills. I watched some horses. I watched a pond of frogs and white picket fences and all that. And we went home. I was stuck in the back of the car for like how many hours? We got home. Easily got exhausted. Went back to sleep, and then the next day, we went somewhere the next today, and then I'm here back now. I wanted to stream ReZero again, but the problem is, I'm not in the mood to stream ReZero because I actually want to just do a short stream where I react to a video by depressed Nousagi while I was like, but while I was trying to eat earlier, I encountered this video, and when I watched like until the 10-minute mark, I think, and then I was like, ooh, wait, this is an interesting topic. Maybe I should like blindly react to this and say my piece on stream. Because here's the thing: as much as I like to be a commentator, like a variety YouTube channel, like play games, that's not really my thing. Like I have like I enjoy playing some games, but some like I just don't like a lot of games. Okay, like I like games with substance, like Mobile Legends. Just kidding. I like games with. I like games that maybe there's a reason why I like story based games because story based games like have a story. Though, they have like lessons to learn from that and like the plot twist. I love story based games a lot more than like RPG games. I think that's what you call those. But I do wait, but But I do kind of like Resident Evil because it has story and it also has gameplay. So that's good. That's my limit. But games that are just like pointlessly, like no point, like FNAF games. I'm like but I am going to play FNAF soon after I finish Ray Zero, and I'm gonna hate every single moment of it. I hate playing FNAF. Like I play it, but I do not enjoy it. um, but I'm pretty sure I'm gonna enjoy it more than playing ReZero right now, because as of right now, like as of like recent, I was like playing ReZero. I was like. I was so asleep. I was so sleepy playing that game. I was literally saying anything to like keep myself awake. But anyway, um, my sickness is finally gone. I was like coughing, right? I was coughing when I was playing Ray Zero, right? It's finally gone after a week. After a week of fresh air, when I spread my disease in the Bukidnon area, and now I'm free. So okay, now we will begin with this is depressed Nousagi, and from what I have heard, he is also Pinoy. So hey Pinoy, and I really like his docs or some documentary, like when you say documentaries or like written like summaries of T drama. Like a lot of people like hate drama. Okay, like a lot of people be like, "Ooh, why are you like involving yourself in drama?" Here's the thing about drama. I will repeat this. I already said this before, but if you're new here, the reason that I really like engaging in like drama, quote unquote drama commentaries, is because it is, in a way, there is lessons to be learned, some things to understand when it comes to real life. One thing about drama is that it can also be applied in your real life, your career, and wherever it is you're gonna go. Okay, like if you wanna understand social life, this is where I like understand like social constructs, like what is okay in doing in the internet, what is okay in doing in real life. Because here in like in our area, to be honest, in where I live, we are ignorant as shit. Like there is like there is like something weird. Like I really can see the difference in how other people treat other people. Or maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm just that weird. Because I my sister did tell me when we had a heart to heart when we were in Bukidnon, she was like sometimes you act so fucking weird. And I was like, well, yeah, for like, did you notice that sometimes? I was like, no, really? Like, it may be the reason why I don't have a lot of friends. Because I'm very direct with people. Maybe that's like an ADHD. I really blame ADHD for everything. Maybe it's like a social thing. I'm not really a social person. I never really I interact with people, but like in a sense, maybe tend to come off too strong, I guess. I don't know. Like, I think that is the correct answer, but part of me is like, what's wrong with that? What's wrong with being so weirdly direct? Like, if I'm not really a type of person to fake it. I'm not a person who fakes it until they make it. I'm like, be who you are for your That's me. That's just me. Like I just cannot like be bullshit and be like I'm a level with you. Fuck you. Oh, I would be like that would be so me. But at the same time, there is somebody that I kind of hate so much, and then she is kind of like she tends to invite me to things, and I was like, okay, yes, yeah. I was so not serious with her, and yeah, yeah, okay, I will go there. Yeah, I did not go there. I was like, yeah, bye. And then when I turned around, I was like, fuck that bitch. I fucking hate that bitch. Like, I have my reasons. I will not explain them because, long story short, she is a manipulative, um, very, what you call that word? unyielding person. It's like, just like, I'm not gonna like get into it because it's gonna be a long story and explaining. Like, here's the thing: I do not act the way I do unless there is a reason, and mostly because like 30% is vibes based, and then 70% my vibes were correct. I was like, yep, I knew that this person was bad. I know, and 10% would be like, what? This person was bad? I did not realize this person was bad. I'm gonna hate her now. I mean, that is my mindset and things. And yes. And now I already lost track of what I was talking. Let's go back to this video. I really hope, I don't know what's gonna happen in this video mostly. Like, the first part was interesting because like like when I was eating, I was like saying a lot of things. So like, I could have said this in stream, or like that's what I said. I could have said this in stream, like eh. And then when it reached the second part, I was like, ooh, I could say a lot of things on stream. Maybe I'm gonna watch it later. And so here we are now.
On late July 2026, this YouTuber Fiznam was accused of pedophilia. His friend as well, forced into a break because of the overwhelming pressure. His sin? Expressing his adoration for Mint.
This is I really love how he introduced the video. Because what? Because like I remember eating a hot dog. I was eating a hot dog. I was eating a hot dog with rice, and I was like, wait, what? He got canceled because he likes Mint Phantom. That's her name, Phantom A, right? I was like, huh? What? But hello? Like, the VTuber or the person behind the VTuber? Like,
apparently, this is pedophilia. This body is considered that.
What? Huh? Look, man, he helped me through a very tough time, so he means a lot to me. Okay, you just gotta. What? I like Iron Mouse. That means I'm a pedophile. Yay! Kill me.
That of a child. It's more than that.
Blue archive fans when you steal their hard drive.
Too. Because
I got a feeling this is just like a hatred. And it's unfortunate that he was the one that got dogpiled on. Like,
this one incident triggered a wave of normies and non-VTuber fans to flood the VTuber Twitter sphere and make all sorts of allegations. But before we continue, I would like to...
And, oh, the funny thing, he was sponsored by Opera GX, and I didn't realize there were so many features that you could do in Opera, like VPN, but I'm not the one who is sponsored by Opera GX. Also, if Opera is watching me, please, I was just kidding. I use you guys. Please sponsor. The reason I use Opera is because I remember PewDiePie was the one who like recommended like Opera GX. Yes, use this because it's cool. And I was like, okay. And then it's actually so much better than Chrome. When I was using at the time at like maybe 2020, I think before 2020 it was Chrome, and then I realized that this is so much better. I love this. I love the everything of Opera GX better than Chrome.
Search Mushoku Tensei or Free Rent. I have the bar. So it's ghastly, basically, because it's also a little bit. Actually, you can do a bigger Giga Chad.
Blah, 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 blah. Okay.
Description. Now,
oh wait. Well,
no,
not sponsored.
No. Back to the video. Apparently, according to this massive YouTuber,
VTubers if pedophiles didn't exist. What is the concept? Oh, wait. Because like the people who watch VTubers are pedos. Hi guys, you guys are pedophiles. Yay! What?
YouTubers would be flipping burgers and putting fries in bags if pedophiles didn't exist. I even saw this.
Legal regions is just about issues. Again, if Gur and Vor. What? But. Huh? I find it pretty funny how some people going down, she's a grown-ass adult, just completely ignore this also exists.
Person who legit tries to argue that lolly porn is not okay, but grape and vor porn is.
Lolly porn is not okay, but blood and porn is okay. I'm like, I'm covering my face with my hands. Like, I wonder if these people are children or are they just. I was almost gonna say the R word, but like in the correct concept of the word. Okay, let me search the R word because like here's the thing: there are like when you say the R word in a disabled person, that is actually ableist. But when you say but when you say it with a grown adult with a normally functioning, who has who's normally functioning in society and says this, don't you think that is deserving of the R word? Because hey, the R word, to delay or impede the development or progress of, to slow up, especially. But wait, this is like the verb word. What is like? Okay, I'm gonna look for in Google. Like when you say meaning, it means slowed down, delayed, or limit in development or progress. It, what it once served as a clinical term for intellectual disability, it is now widely considered deeply offensive and derogatory when applied to people. Okay, you know what? That is fair. Um, my apologies. But what do you call this then? Like stupid? Like there should be a specific term for this? Like it's very harmful to people. It's true. According to Google here, it's regarded as a slur and disparaging term that causes harm to people with cognitive and developmental differences. Maybe they do have developmental differences because they came up with this excuse. But okay, fine. Maybe you need medical help.
What the hell? But you see, this is just one of the most recent of many misrepresentations and attacks against Vtubing. Not even further back, Iron Mouse was and currently is the victim of being hate raided by normies and TikTok kids.
That is so crazy. Like, why are you guys
Her
hating?
voice being the way that it is pedobait. Calliope Mori was attacked and
Also, I was also shocked when this popped up on my screen. I think this is when I realized that I should listen to this. I should watch this on. I should stream that. I should stream this because this is al- album of the year. This is the album of the year website. Hold on, let me go. Mori Calliope album of the year. I always visit the site. I have a I have a what you call this? I have a account here. If you want to see my favorite songs, damn. Maybe it's because it's basic. Like basic music deserve to be, rated low. To be honest, but the the over hate. I mean, come on, that's not fair. I don't listen to her, but oh my god, if I do listen to her, do you think it would be bad? But hey, not bad. This is 73 7 a score of 73 is not bad. Just means your songs are generic. And I didn't say that in a bad way. I'm just saying that it is what it is. Like it is like deemed as generic to the main audience mostly. I can't believe Ado has like low. I thought people liked her. Oh, almost almost 90. You know what my standard is? A 90. Did I have my wait, hold on. Am I logged in? I should sign in. I should hold on. Give me a moment. Give me a moment. I should sign in. I need you guys to see my account. Hold on. Where is? Okay, there it is. Open Sesame. There we go. This is my account, and you can see my favorite albums. You can see my ratings. Like I rate as well. Oh, I also you can see everything. I know this is a side note. Uh like you can tell who like my taste in you can see my taste in music in this. Like Charlie Puth, Sia, Marina, Foxes, Lana, Grimes, but it's good though. Some songs are good. Anyway, I backtrack. Let's go back. This is I can tell that this is album of the year. Oh yeah, you can tell because let's say you go to an album, and then like there are numbers here at the side. If you like go to somebody's like, I don't know, like this, you can like tell. You can tell. You can tell what it is. But it is whatever it is. It is album of the year. I can tell.
Hate rated by Twitter users hating on her music. Her
I never wait. Do I can you see what my lowest rated music here? There are just some songs that are absolute trash. Oh yeah, Charlie Puth. There I remember rating a song, and there was a song that was like so shit. Like this one, 21. I rated as 21 because it was just so bad. Because it's more of this song is a featured has a feature, okay? It feels like a song by that feature rather than a song by Charlie Puth, which is like really so annoying. And then this one I remember hating this because it was so generic. It was so generic AF that I gave it a 10. Okay. But some of his songs, okay, I'm a fair person. I'm a fair person. And that is my score. Okay, I'm a fair person. Um Even with AliX, blah blah blah. But great rating someone a 10, maybe just for hate trains. Wait, what did the people say?
Calliope Mori was attacked
Lord have mercy is bad. Mori tries a bunch of different styles. Why? And this album, and none of it needs to work out. You can tell, like, people are allowed to experiment in the album, bitch. You can tell there's a lot of my opinions. Album by Asa being absolutely awful. Huge W is one of the songs of all time. It honestly feels like more isn't making music in terms of having creative passion, a lot of stuff. No, I don't think this is like a hate comment. Wait a minute. I feel like this is a fair comment. I think this is a fair comment. And then this is like saying this is absolute torture. That is a hate comment. This one is fair. This is a fair, constructive criticism. This is fucking torture. Predatory behavior, and it's not okay. Now that is a reach. Okay, like on huge W. At least he says he likes huge W. Hey, Depression, like if you're watching, you're so wrong for this one. This one is like a fair criticism. I am listening to it while writing, and what the fuck is going on? Huge W, haha. Next song is kinda alright though. Awful and insufferable album. From where it's not good. I fucking hated this thing. I don't know what to begin with. Wait, he hasn't even. Wait, I'm listening to it while writing. I'm listening to it while writing. Are you telling me that you haven't like finished listening to it and you're already rating it? Okay, you know what? Hate comments. Hate comments. This is the least inspired things ever touched my ears. Is terribly blatant cash grab that praise on people that watch and will pay hundreds of dollars to attack with a PNG. Oh well, hate. I see a hate. I say a hater. I say a hater. I say a hater.
and hate rated.
And then one of the worst things I ever heard. VTuber as aside was Callie bring to the table. Nothing. People are allowed to just make music with whatever they want. It doesn't matter if like it brings nothing
Not
to
even
the
further
table.
back, Talk Kids,
You know,
rated by
if it's good, it's good. If it's bad, whatevs. The anime opener S production on the title tracks just sounds trash. I'm pretty sure if I listen to it, I will feel the same thing because like I have a high standard for music. Okay, I have a high standard. High. I only rate music that I like listen to. If I haven't listened to that person or not a fan of that person, I'd rather not listen to that person and give that person a negative score to its already negative score. you know? Um Honestly, I don't remember. Also, someone tell Callie to stop this dumbass sounding flow she tries on nearly every song on here where she sounds like one of those suburban white kids trying to do a rap impression for their playground rap battle. That is fair because I the thing I hate about musicians sometimes is like when they forcibly rap things that aren't just like supposed to rap, and then like when you rap it sounds like Iggy Azalea rap and like that. But I do like kind of vibe with Iggy though. I don't know. Either way, you will never see me dead listening to this shit. You already did. Or did you just hate this? Oh, hate! You must be hating for no reason. Even if it can. No, maybe he listened to this, but you will never see me dead listening to this. So you're alive when you're listening at all. Even if it can be funny, just how awful it can be. If you're a fan of Callie and this album, no hate directed to you. So hate directed to her. Eh. And everyone doesn't. I guess from what it's worth, Q and lose days kind of slap a bit. Worst track, huge W.
by Twitter users.
If you talk shit about American people here, this one guy who has a Riddler Batman PFP with less than if I wish to open your advice has done. This absurd. More what? Riddler Batman? I think is that I don't know what that is garbage even among corporate agents. She is the worst. She's literally an antichrist. You know, oh, okay, that is just a reach. That's crazy. That's a crazy sentence.
Hating on her music, her past, and her collaborations with certain Japanese media. Silvervale and Pikami was harassed to tears because apparently playing the wizard game is transphobic.
Oh yeah, I remember watching this while eating. I was like, you know what? That's so fair. Like, why would you like this game has is based on um Harry Potter. Harry Potter, author of Harry Potter, a a person who hates transgenders. Yeah, right. Yeah, like I'm pretty sure the hate is valid. I was like, you know what, the hate is valid. Like it's so sad that she was like bullied to tears during this controversy, but at the same time, why would you play this, knowing? I mean, maybe she didn't know, but why would you play it? Like, well, I don't like Harry Potter anyways, but like if you knew that the person, right, the person, the author, the person who created this is like a well-known transphobe, then like I was like, oh, I do not participate, I do not condone. Ew, no, 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 no. That would be like that would be my reaction. Like I was like, oh, I didn't know that this person was like. But you know what would be sad if Ray Zero. No, wait, Ray Zero can't be homophobic because they have a femboy in the as a character, and well, right now he's not doing drag anymore, which is so sad. In like Arc 10, go back to drag, Felix, please. We need your femboy personality. But like I'm pretty sure. I really hope that the author Razor is not homophobic. But for Silvervale, you know what? Honestly, it's a fair. You could have like said that. Sorry, I didn't realize that the person who made this, the game, the game, world is based on is transphobic. I would like to apologize. I will stop playing this game. I think she did say that, if I remember. But I remember during this controversy, she played this for a week, and then people were like telling her to stop, but she didn't, or I don't know, I forgot. But yeah, I'm sorry, but it kind of deserved that.
These are but the popular attacks against VTubers in the industry that came from people who don't really know VTubers or anime in general. If there's one common demographic that these people usually come from, it's from people who dislike it and its culture, who don't really know what VTubing is, people who are under 22 and are raised by echo chambers in the internet.
I feel so sad about like the children of this society, because like the exposure to the internet makes you like makes you exposed to a lot of racist and racist, evil, like dehumanistic bullshit, especially on Twitter. I'm so glad na when the internet was popping up in the early whatevers is like when I remember the earliest disgusting thing that I was ever exposed to when I was a child. is a clip of what rhymes with ornography. Ornography. And you know where I found it? In YouTube. And you know what I searched for? I'm gonna whisper it. Male on male kissing.
It's a thing that's been
That's what I searched for. And I was a child. And I will admit, I was a child. And I did that. And there were no there were no like proper restrictions for children at that time. And then YouTube was still blooming at the time. They were still starting. I confess this is basically my third wow. Using your stream as therapy, you. But like, well, that is it is what it is. You like children are always like but access to the internet gives children an excuse to explore the dirtiest side of the world. And maybe that's why I'm so like prepared on how to like deal with what's right and what's wrong. But if I like but the thing is you need guidance for that. If children just like go whatever they go as they please, they wouldn't know when they are gonna be abused or taken advantage of, especially in like public forums. It's a good thing I never got involved in public forums. I never a social person. Even when I was a child, I would never go to like a Discord, be like hello. If somebody says hello, I'd be like ah. Run. I remember joining a Discord of a VTuber. I think his name is Youngshi, I think. And then I remember I joined him. I was like, "Hey, what's up? Hey!" And I was like, "No!" I was like, "Run!" I went out. Like I immediately went out of Discord because I got so nervous. That's just me when it comes to social constructs. I never participate in it. That's why I started streaming. I told you, like I already told this story so many times. I started streaming because I need to practice my social skills. I still makes work.
going on since Vtubing became
Oh my god. Extremely butthurt that I made this video. What? Mm, here's the thing. I don't really watch a lot of VTubers too. The only VTuber I watch mostly, is Shoto. Sometimes Andrea. Sometimes that well, I wouldn't say sometimes. I like seldomly. The correct word is seldomly. Zendrea. Who else? This guy, I mean Mujin. I guess Mujin. I watch a lot of Mujin streams. Sometimes that is the correct sometimes. Um, because like if you know the levels of like how many times it's always. Next is often. Next is sometimes. Next is seldom. Lastly is never. Okay, never. I never watch Gargura. Never. Iron Mouse. I seldomly watched her. Who are the bigger VTubers? I don't know. I really don't think I couldn't name anybody. Like I barely watch any streamer content.
popular. Sameko Saba and
Demand YouTube remove Samiko Saba. Stop protecting lolicon. Huh? Huh? Toxic VTubers. 15. 15. Very frustrated. Oh my god. Like there is an echo chamber of idiots.
Gargura and her fans being called pedo bait and actual pedophiles from Calliope
Girl, the effort. 7, huh? Lyric repeated, sure. Game repeats, no, it qualifies. Chases low. Demon Dice is garbage, and Mori Calliope is racist. I'm 90% sure if you hopped on League of Legends while season streaming. Oh, if you hopped, I'm 90% sure based on, on facts that you don't really know because you don't really know her. She wasn't streaming, you would run into her and she called you every slur under the sun. Are you sure that's not are you sure you're not what you call that word projecting? Are you sure you're not projecting?
Mori being accused
It's a racist white woman. white woman VTuber rapper and formalin. What does that word mean? Formalin in my language means a chemical that's used to like preserve dead bodies. That's what formalin is. Let me check if what that is. That's not really a word. maybe maybe it's a maybe if you remove the V, oh, maybe this person is stupid. Yeah, that's why his name is Professional Idiot because he can't spell formalin right. It's only it doesn't have an E. An aqueous solution of formaldehyde and methanol used to use especially as a preservative. I told you, preserve dead bodies. Because I smelled it once. Because by the way, I am a physical therapist. During one of our classes, we had to like dissect a carcass. Yes, that's right, a living carcass that was donated. I will make that clear. That was donated to science. Actually, it was not donated to science. It was like according to our teachers, he said that um the police like there was like a crime scene, and then people were waiting for someone to recover the body, like, or like a family member or something. Nobody wanted anything to do with the body, and then they sold it to science. Hey, witness a dead body, saw his brain is very small. um yes, so what else? Formalin was saying formalin and for who's Formalin? And Formalin's a person was saying zero bombers don't deserve to live after accusing Jenny of being a zero bomber for I what? Huh? What?
of
I don't
some
know.
insane
Like I said.
things because she said
By the way, from work, like there's so many like unwarranted hate. I don't know this person. I wouldn't want to say hate to person I don't know. Who would like I do have a biased hate. Josh Aki. Oh, unbiased hate. But for some reason, I still watch his streams because I like Valorant streams. But Josh just gives me like negative vibes sometimes. He just gave me negative vibes, but I don't know him as a person. Okay, I wouldn't say that he's an evil person because he gives off negative vibes. I just say that he gives negative vibes, but that my I don't that he gives negative vibes, but I don't know him as a person. Okay, that's all I can say. Don't know any information regarding him. Don't know his history. Don't know what he is like in real life. Although I have seen him in real life, which is what happened in Conquest. I okay. Here's the thing. This is why like I still kind of like feel icky towards him. I already feel icky before like before I saw him in IRL. I like saw him in streams. I was like, this guy has like a negative vibe. And then when I saw him in when I saw him in Conquest at Friends Festival, he passed when it was during Shoto's meet and greet. By the way, it was during Shoto's meet and greet. I saw Josheki, and he was so like he was like I want to get out of here. He always has negative vibes. It's like, girl, do you bring that face with you everywhere? Do you bring that vibe with you everywhere? Like, and then you know what's funny? Anthony Chen and Tuanto passed by, and they're like, "Hey, hi!" And they're so friendly. They were so chill. I don't know them, but they were like the only ones giving positive vibes only. And I was like, why is Josh the only one that's so like I still need proof to say that he is a terrible person, but I don't have any solid proof. I only get vibes and the way you like, the way you like present yourself to other people. That's how you know if a person is kind of like not a good person, or it's just like there are antisocials. Okay, here there are antisocials who are like kind, okay, kind, but there are like antisocials who are like straight up like bad, or like kind of like terrible people, or like narcissistic or whatever. But like there are also like people who are very well known and popular, but if you like if you like read through their behaviors, like you can tell like there's something not right. You can tell there's something not right. There's no proof, there is no solid evidence that this person is like a terrible person, then you just get a vibe. That just happens. That's just a me thing. And 90% of the people that I like identify as negative vibes are always right. Okay, 90% of people that I identify as negative, who has negative vibes, are always right. Like a coworker of mine, most of my coworkers actually, um, and some people where I live. There's just some people, dude. They're like, you can just like you can smell it. You can smell it from the way they treat you and they behave and the way they treat others. I can just sense that.
The N word almost a decade ago. Chibidoki getting heat for
What?
celebrating men's mental
Happy Wednesday. I'm buying my dad's flowers. I remember this. This is so crazy. Like, Happy Wednesday. I bought my dad flowers. I'm sorry, I didn't realize it's like, my God, getting mad at me for those streets. I'm sorry, Jennifer. I just want to appreciate my dad and my male friends who mean a lot to me. This is a job at anyone or anything. I just wanted to say something nice. It's so fair though. Like I know. Here's the thing. I know that there's a reason we celebrate Women's Day. Is because women are, um, in past histories, women are, like, what you call that word, haven't been treated right, have been, put down. Their, what you call that, their achievements were stolen by men. They Societal norms of females shouldn't be like doing anything else. That's the reason why, like, we celebrate Women's Day, to like, remind society that, hello, women should be celebrated. Women should be celebrated as well. And then it's important. It's, what's also fair, to have a Men's Day as well, but not as important as Women's Day. There's also Men's Day, but not as, I think Men's Day is like Father's Day. I think she's talking about Father's Day here. She just said Men's Day for like joking reason. I mean, you can tell from her face she's not that serious. um it's, I think it's Happy Father's Day, and if she wants to celebrate Father's Day, that's fine. For me, my father, I have a weird relationship with my father. I don't celebrate, like, really celebrate Father's Day with him, but I celebrate because my mom wants me to. So, like, people like, let people do people things. Like, if you want to celebrate a Men's Day, but also it's also important to understand to celebrate Women's Day as well, because if that person that you're following or friends with only celebrate Women's Day, then disregarding, if they only celebrate Men's Day, then disregarding Women's Day, then that person is obviously a misogynist. But if they celebrate both days fairly, then you know what, fair is fair. If you have like if you but it's also like but I will understand that it also implies with the statement of like, um uh Black Lives matter, and then the sentence all lives matter. Well, that's so weird. It's true that all lives matter, but Black Lives Matter more. I mean, Black Lives Matter more because black people have been like treated like shit for centuries, and then, like, people still still like use the N word lightly. People give racist connotations towards black people to this day. It is so unfair. That's why, like, black people's lives matter more, because for some weird reason, people like still put down other people who they deter is a lower race from them, which is so weird. Deter, right? Is that the correct word? I want to like use my vocabulary correctly. Deter. um what? Oh, maybe that's not the right word. Discourage. I forgot what I was talking about. I think this is correct, right? Like, I forgot what I said earlier, to be honest. But it's so, like like I said, Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter. Um, support Palestine, which is unfair, by the way. Like, look, I have been raised in a Christian community, okay, and then the problem, like, with the Christian community is like they kind of hate the Muslim community. That is just true, to be honest. Like, I wonder what is the unresolved hate. I'm not gonna say it. Some people close to me do have like, I can tell like they have like an open hatred towards that the Muslim community, but it's so weird considering now we own land that's like basically near like a music community. It's so weird. Like I really like, maybe because that person is old and I like the person the bitch person isn't like an annoying narcissistic bitch. Maybe that's why he said that. But like it's so weird, like the unwarranted hate for no reason. Like that's why like I really realized there is just a big bias when it comes to like the Palestinians, because just because they're like they serve a different they have a different religion, and then here comes the Israeli who like have been like trying to slowly conquer their land in silence by law. Actually, the word neo colonialism, by like owning land within Palestinian land and be like, this is basically our land, which and I'm Israeli, so basically this is Israeli land. Like what? I thought this land was divided. Nope. No, 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 no. According to the law, like, oh, they're using the law now. Really? God, this is like I really wish that there were like Palestinian like Muslim lawyers. People like the Muslim community should like have more lawyers. To be honest, I had a patient once. Her mom was a patient. The child is a lawyer. I was like, I'm so like thinking about that. I really realized now, like, I'm so glad that she became a lawyer, because like the Muslim community really needs a lot of lawyers and their families. They were like, let's be doctor. Let's go and like be a doctor. I'm like, no, be a lawyer. You should know the law because you've been like abused, bruh. Please be a lawyer. You should have a lawyer in your family.
Health Day, among many other controversies.
Sorry, this like became a long day. This is why I want to stream, because I have a lot of opinions, a lot of things to say.
And it's not letting up. In fact, I think many people have become
Me and Pikami's house activating her webcam and feel.
quite bolder
I
in
will not
calling Vtubing and its
continue.
fans names, accusing them of absolutely insane things. And with every single instance this has happened,
I love this art.
it becomes harder not to support gatekeeping. We almost always
Oop! Hey! Sorry, and yet Lolly can't see what the problem with this. Breaking sources confirmed that Uma Sports to use the community child rapist and ex Uma Mater Menace at Menace. It's calling Uma, aka Fox VT. This is so sad though, because it's so true. There were so many people. There were reported cases in the VTubing community where the suspected VTuber is a suspected pedo and child rapist. If I remember, like if you guys like if you're like into Twitter, like there's always gonna be cases, and I'm like, why? That's why like reset the clock, and yet the only don't see a problem with this. Like I think I understand why depressed Nousagi was like, you know what? Gatekeep. Let's just gatekeep things. But at the same time, we want the VTuber we support to grow and outside the sphere, but at the same time, we kind of want to gatekeep because people are being so bullshit toward like are like treating VTubers like pedophiles and child rapists. So I'm like, that's not really fair. Oh, you're a VTuber, you're a pedophile.
proven
Not all of it. No.
correct when it comes to these people. And I think we have to talk about
This is why I also don't like chatting in private DMs. I've been receiving a lot of private DMs as well, and like in DMs to Discord. I just don't like interact. I'm really glad that I'm an antisocial person, because I just do not I really I don't want, and like one of my greatest fears is like my words to be misconstrued, or like canceled for like hello, no reason. And then I don't want to interact with somebody who is underage in real life. But if that person is underage, I would like to guide them without, and like not guide them in like in a sexual manner, guide them in like a moral manner, because one way or another there are gonna be like children watching, like streams, like even Shoto streams, like there always be children hiding in like surnames and then pretending to be adults. So like, you know what? Let's guide these children to the right direction rather than like, be like be terrible examples like me sharing what I explored when I was 12. But it's important to learn and understand morals, and it's important to understand when you are taking advantage of. It's different when you advise a child. Do you say that correctly? Advise a child in the right way rather than like tell a child what to do, because when you tell something that is kind of controlling and manipulative, for me that's in my opinion. But when you say guiding or telling like, okay, like this is not correct, if I were you, you should be, I would like tell that child, if somebody, a child does talk to me, I would be like, you should be careful on who you talk to in the internet, because you really don't know if that person is good or not, even if it's me, because I also don't want to talk to you or anybody that I know. But at the same time, you like you know like what else would I like tell that child? I also like telling people who are underage a child, so that they will be reminded that you are a child. You might feel like you are adult and whatever, you are still a child. You are a child. You are a child. If you're a child, if you are like under 18 years old or 17 years old, you are a child. You are not an adult. You are a child. Like I would like to remind everybody, like please be careful, okay? Internet is crazy, especially right now. It's a good thing that I only like watch YouTube and when I was a kid, and that's it though. YouTube. Like the like public forums, like I don't really, I didn't even do Facebook. I only go YouTube. YouTube is my go-to social media site.
Fair warning though, I wrote this script to
What?
these people, and I think we have to talk about
Okay, you're gonna do. First we call her a tourist, and then she'll be seen raging. And now we'll show her an image of a bunch of VTubers she never heard of. Hehe. Then she'll be really mad. And then I don't get it. Because Ian VTuber is Gargura, right? Lolicon. Lolicon. This is Izuna Kai AI, right? Kizuna AI, I think.
it. Fair warning though, I wrote this script and recorded this video fresh from when I was sick and having a bad week, so do not expect me to cushion my words in this video. First, let's talk about
Fair.
what normies and tourists mean, because a lot of people confuse them and often use the terms interchangeably. A normie is a slang for a normal, ordinary person who likes mainstream trends, popular culture, and typical lifestyle choices. They can be fans of anything or anyone, but tends to lean towards things that are popular. Translated over to anime culture, these are the types of people that really only watch the popular anime.
Popular anime. Like the thing me with me and popular anime, they do not coincide. That's because like I really hate popularists movie like stuff. But like I do choose like, but I do have like my popular taste. I love Spy X Family, and yes, Spy X Family. I just love that. I just love Spy X Family, and I also love, what are other mainstream shows that I watch? Is Ray Zero mainstream? I love that Ray Zero is like in the middle ground of mainstream and like what's and like not mainstream, but those are the only two animes that I keep up on. JJK, I don't care, not even if some of the characters are attractive. I do not care about it. Um, Not even Freerun. A lot of people are telling me that Freerun is good, but I still haven't like watched it, or nor do I have the care to watch it. Sorry, I just like, I got into Ray Zero by accident because like a roommate shared to me an episode, which was episode 18. It was like the whale episode where they were fighting the whale. I was like, ooh, those whales look so good. And then like I got into it, and then I realized there's so many morals to it. I was like, wait, this is kind of like everything. And then like got obsessed, and then here I am.
Especially the shonen friends, or what happens to be trendy at the
I watched Boku no Hero Academia as well, and to be honest, it's it's so peak at times, but overall it's so mid. You know, like it's so peak, but it's so mid. Does that make sense? I mean, duh, it does make sense to this generation, but like it's so good, like the lore, the story drops, like the connecting stories and whatever. But like after the anime ended, I haven't watched it fully, to be honest. Like after the anime ended, and like I haven't watched the anime, but I know what happens in the anime because like I read like the wiki, the wiki spoilers, And then overall, it was kind of like, eh, man, eh. Ray Zero, Ray Zero has more morals.
moment. A subcategory of a normie
Oh, another popular anime I watched is actually Demon Slayer. I do love it. I do love the effects. I do love the brother sister combo, and I do love uh I my favorite character in Demon Slayer is the who is he again? See the no 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 the demon girl, like the no not Nezuko, the nurse. I love her. Be like I have like illusionary powers, and I'm also a doctor. Like, yes, doctor. I love medical based
is also the
characters.
casual. People who might be interested in niche subcultures, but really only just dwell on the surface of the iceberg. There is nothing necessarily wrong with being a normie.
And
Most
Attack on
people in
Titan.
the world
But I
fall
do that as much as Attack on Titan is like very popular. I do believe that it deserves so much praise, dude. The writing and and everything, it was goosebumps. It was goosebumps. I have goosebumps right now thinking about it. The writing and everything. That was like like it should be a great inspiration to all writers. Like what happens in Attack on Titan. That's like one of the greatest examples of storytelling in the 20th century.
into this category because that's just human nature, to be piqued and be interested in things that people already like. A tourist is another word for an outsider, similar to the casual, but with a negative presence and effect on the culture they're inhabiting. Now, despite the but
The
with a
opinions, what?
negative presence
They think their opinions matter more and are correct.
and
That's so like people who say do that are narcissistic at heart. Even like I say a lot of my opinions, but in the general sense, in the public in the court of public opinion, my opinions don't really matter. They don't matter. It's like my opinions are just like something to be considered and should like it's up to the listeners whether or not they will take it to heart or they just pass it 30 years.
effect on the
And I'm okay with that. And I'm okay with that. That's how opinions should be treated as. But if you feel like your opinions are like should have basis, unless like you're in a drama and like you are like centrally part of the drama, then your opinion and then your statements have more ground. But if you're not really part of that story, then your opinions don't really matter, you know.
culture they're inhabiting. Now, despite the negative framing of tourists in this video, as well as my schizophrenic
Dogs.
tirades about tourists in the past, I don't actually necessarily hate tourists. I also understand the people who hate the gatekeeping sentiment. I know about how the word tourist is used willy-nilly as an insult to new people who are just trying to participate and have fun in a culture.
Yeah, like just like dipping your toes. Like, ooh, is this cold?
Sometimes I see people getting called tourists just because they don't know elite ball knowledge or know an obscure reference from a franchise that was like from 20 years ago.
Yep.
I see people getting
Like this. I love this guy. I love how this guy is a literal historian because he knows everything.
called tourists just
Because
because
like he knows everything because like I've seen his VTuber videos during 2020 or 20 no 20 during 2021 during the boom of Shoto's boom. I remember seeing his videos.
they forgot the name of a very important character or miss out on details of a popular arc in the anime. I get it. Even if you're a big fan of something, you can't know everything, and I think that kind of elitist behavior
Death Note.
isn't
I never finished this. It's in Netflix at the time, but like I think what discouraged me from watching is like I know L is gonna die.
necessarily right. After all, everyone has been a tourist at some point, especially when you're just joining a community that seems to fit your interests. When you're only a year into anime and Japanese culture, people can't and shouldn't expect you to know who Marisa Kirisan
Which is crazy because like if I think about it, like Light is the main character, but like we kind of see him divulge into a villain, which is like when it comes to writing, actually the writing in the show is so good too, but it's just like breaks my heart. It's just like I don't have the heart to finish the show. But I'm so glad that some of the characters survived, like the people under L were able to like get Light in the end. And the demon, what's his name? Nem Ryu or something. The name Ryu, the demon or something, promised that he will be the one to kill Light, and he did. I was like, you know what, full circle. I love it. It was like a perfect ending to a villain's crazy story, and it's still like I saw like the ending parts of it, and like I kind of like spoiled myself to watching. I love reading through wiki. That's how I spoil myself in like anime. And then damn, it was good writing. One of the best examples of good writing.
Year into anime and Japanese culture, people can't and shouldn't expect you to know who Marisa Kirisame is or identify a Hiroyuki Sawano track when you hear it. I don't have a problem with people just discovering something that I like and liking them as well. That's not what I'm referring to when I call others a tourist derogatorily. Cause see, the tourists we are referring to are people who
Kasi,
despite
oh, see, kasi, cause he said Tagalog. He is Pinoy.
tourists derogatorily. Cause see, the tourists we are referring to
But the way he said kasi is so English. Kasi, it's kasi.
are people who, despite being new, despite really not knowing much about the culture or the medium they're inhabiting, are grandstanding, purity testing, and claiming parts of cultures and identities, calling out behaviors that are relatively normal and encouraged in said culture,
He said it. He said it couldn't be done. I'm what?
inhabit
I wasn't.
are people who, despite there's something that I like and liking them as well. That's not what I'm referring to when I call others a tourist derogatorily. Cause see, the tourists we are referring to are people who, despite being new,
People, tourists who are, despite being new,
despite really not knowing much about the culture
despite not knowing much about the culture
or the medium they're inhabiting,
or the medium they're
are
inhabiting,
grandstanding, purity testing, and
or are grandstanding, pure testing,
claiming parts of cultures and identities,
claiming parts of cultures and identities,
calling out behaviors that are relatively normal and
calling out behaviors that are relatively normal
encouraged in said culture, but
and encouraged inside culture,
is not normal to them,
Is it-
viewing
but it's not normal to them.
non-Western media with
Viewing
Western
non-
lens.
Viewing non-Western media with Western lens. You know, the reason I said that, the reason I like repeated what he said, because I wanted to absorb what he said. That's like the thing with me and like thinking. Like I wanted to like so like it's like reading, okay? Like when I read a book, if you don't know how to read a book, you'll never understand. Sometimes when I read a book and like I don't understand a sentence, like I feel like my brain just blanked out for no reason. I reread the same sentence over and over again until I understand what the words were trying to tell me. Same with the Nousagi, and he was right. Like people like outside the VTuber community, like when they get into the VTuber community, like, ew, why are you doing this? This is so weird. You're a pedophile. Even though like it is treated as like normal within the VTuber community, but people who are outside are like, ew, you're disgusting. You're like evil like this. I'm like, huh, what? Oh, look at this. I said this before and I'll say it again. I hate the way VTuber culture is so okay with using the term hag to describe older women. In real life, that's so weird. But like telling but it's so funny though. But saying hag, like it's so funny when you refer to your friends or like as a joking, it's a joking term. It slays in misogyny. Like why do you call an older man uh a loser? What do you call an older man then? It's like misogyny pissed me off. There are terms to describe older men in a part of like Silver Fox and Unk. Why can't it be the same for older women? Is there a word for older women? Queen, old queen, a monarch. Ooh, legend. Um, monarch. What else? There should. I remember there are words for that. Yeah, there aren't actually. I don't know. Maybe there aren't.
I live by the principle that when you're in a foreign soil, you should publicly act according to their culture and rules. When in Rome, do as the Romans do.
True.
The tourists, non-derogatory, are people who actually do respect the culture they're participating in. Even if they don't necessarily like some of their norms, they don't mind or pay it no heed. They can
True. That should be the basis of respect in people. But I'm pretty sure people suck. Especially like this is why like I kind of have a love hate relationship with America. Because like Americans have like a one sided imagination. Like they think like what's within their reach of their culture is the normal, and then when they go to other cultures, they'd be like, that's not normal in our culture, because of course it's not your culture.
can even choose to ignore it as long as they don't cause trouble.
And just because it is your culture doesn't mean you have to like completely like submerge yourself, submerge yourself, I don't know the word. I don't want to look it up. Just like saying like, oh, I love the black community, I'm gonna say the n-word. I'm like, why would you do
Don't claim things, don't grandstand, or start moral policing and preaching. They actually take their time and learn and being generally open-minded with the things that they see, even if they
open-minded?
dislike some parts of it. The tourists, derogatory, are
Isa may.
people who don't do this. In Vtubing, for example, this takes the sheer form of
Oh my god, I just saw the word.
LARPing imbeciles calling Bibo fans, Gura fans, or even Shondo fans pedos, or calling out VTubers slash art to have Asian body types for their VTubers
This is so stupid because, oh, see, adult women can have petite bodies as well. That's so true though. Like like they're so stupid. I feel like they're so stupid because like adult women can have like bigger builds. However, some adult women also have petite builds. Like I know a friend of mine who also has this build. He's like very thin-ish. There's no cups. I think I don't know. There's no cups. I we feel weird saying that when it comes to like, it's kind of like objectifying them. But like I don't want to say like I think saying cups is worse. I think saying the c word is worse than boobs. I'm just gonna say boobs. Like they're not boobs. They do not like that's just like you're just ignorant. Like, do you have friends? Do you not participate in society? Wow.
as pedo bait. It could also be extremely misinformed individuals thinking that idol culture is universally bad and that anyone who participate in it, fan or VTuber, are peddling an extremely predatory way of content. But you see,
This sentence looks fine, but the citation doesn't support it. And this is one of the most common reasons papers get rejected.
in a way, perhaps this was actually bound to happen. Anime culture has been invaded by these insects already. And I'm pretty sure as anime becomes much more popular, it's only going to get even fucking worse.
Yep.
I'd like to talk about
Fucking
examples
worse.
in the general and broad weeb community before we get right back into VTubing, because I think they serve as a precursor as to what VTuber fans should have expected when VTubing became popular. I could start from Gamergate because realistically, I think that's when a lot of stuff happened in the general nerd culture stuff, but let's stick to anime and public sentiment first. I distinctly remember
Oh my god, if Filthy Frank. I wasn't there. I wasn't there when Filthy Frank was like popular. Um I only was able to discover him like 2 years after he retired. Because a friend of mine recommended well, ex friend of mine recommended me a video of him of like of I recommended me a video of him like no, a video, a song. I think it was the Friendship Zone. I love the Friendship Zone. Girls don't like the nice guys. Oh, you're a nice guy, but you're and you're also gay. I know it was so like dark. It was dark humor for its time, but I still think it is hilarious. And I'm sorry for the sensitive people, but I think that's art. I think I love it, and the fact that he makes real music now, um, and it's like popping off. I really love. I like. You know what? I respect him. I respect the hustle, and I know that his content is really not for the safe for work audience, and I'm so glad that he did that. He did that at his time, especially in a time right now where everything is so like sensitive and like culturally appropriate, and I'm pretty sure um Joji understands that as well. But damn, was
the
funny.
massive shift happening around 2023 all the way
And also, I didn't realize. Here's the thing: here in the Philippines, the Harlem Shake, it was like a cultural phenomenon that even got into like Showtime, which is one of the biggest afternoon shows in the Philippines. And I remember the Harlem Shake was like featured in one of the episodes, and then I was like, why is like the Harlem a trending thing? Damn, I didn't realize that he was the one who started it. Damn, cultural
up to
icon.
2017. Around this time was the massive rise and trend of feminism and gender equality, to a point that a lot of companies hopped into the trend and were pretending to care about issues they actually didn't care about.
Yep.
All for PR and for money that was apparently promised to them by BlackRock or something. It actually upped the movement.
I love that I've been talking for an hour and it's only been 8 minutes. I love my content. I love it. I love this content. Like I don't just blindly react to like like I just like watch the whole video and then just say something and I'm like, bro, I could have just watched the whole video. You get me saying a lot of shit and then the end.
Across most
And then
entertainment
continue,
media.
boss.
We had Hollywood doing it. We had gaming doing it. Everyone was doing it. In the industry side of things, it started from the rising sentiment of the slang
The term bratty is rooted in pedophilia. Same way I am to what? Moata? Seeing to people using the term. The term bratty came from sub and dom, right? Sub dom culture. BDSM culture, I think. And do you think BDSM culture came from pedophilia? I do not know. Uh,
by
uh
anime fans. During
I will not jump into a subject I don't know.
this time, for example, trap was being talked about as a slur by what
It was kind of a slur because like it's offensive especially to the transgender community. Really.
these people, formerly called SJWs, was
SJW. What the heck does that mean? I don't know. I don't know. Should we allow use of trap and other perspective in but common terminology? Refers to a male character who is mistaken for a female, like Felix. The term reverse trap is female or something like a male. This term is seen as offensive to some transgender slur. I think the correct word for that is femboy or femboy or mask girl. I think that would be more appropriate. But saying it's not as a trap is so like because it's like it's let's say now if that person is transgender and you call them a trap, you're telling them that their lives are worth nothing. You know, like oh you're not a real girl. I'm like what? But I am a girl, like in trans people, and I'm like, no, you're not. I'm like, oh, and you get the sense that that word is dangerous and very offensive.
doing. Remember when they used to be called social justice warriors?
Oh, social justice, and uses the gumbo episode.
Jesus Christ. Either way, trap in
Hey, Felix. Hey. It's so sad that he retired. He retired. He does identify as he, him, me, him, he, him, he, him, he, him. Felix Argyle. Arc 10. Oh my god. Ew! Subaru child. No. Arc 10. He did retire the outfit, which is so sad. He was like, I'm done being a femboy. It's time to be a man now. Like, what? Yeah, like, wait, is there, like, there was official art. There it is, official art. This is him now. He was like a man. I was like, wow. You couldn't even tell. I was like, oh, is that the femboy? Yep, yep, yep. And it's so sad. And there is spoilers. The reason for that is because of his estranged relationship with Krush, which is so like sad for the both of them. Like the both of them are like disappointed in each other, but Krush still kind of cares. Oh, there it is. This is the perfect picture. There it is. This is the perfect picture that I wanted to look for because I remember seeing it. I remember like seeing it like damn Felix actually looks like a man because he is. Anyway, let's go. So these are men, women, and these are woman, man, right? Huh? Ray Zero, Oharu, Kinja. Who is that? I don't know who that is.
anime context is when a guy who may look
And this is woman, man, and then this is man, woman. Man, woman.
look androgynous or feminine and actually passes as a very attractive girl, people may low-key or high-key want to bone. The opposite gender, a
Bro.
girl
Wait, this is man, woman. Hey, that she looks good.
pretending to be a boy and passing off as an attractive guy,
Also, her. I hope not her pronouns are her, she, her. She looks also good. Damn, the fact that I can smash.
is called
I
reverse
wanna smash
trap.
both.
Now, people in the anime and
Huh? Him?
community had
Yep, it's a him.
always had light-hearted fun with this meme, especially because a lot of animes featured very attractive guys. Astolfo from Fate is the most popular example, Felix from ReZero, Nagisa from Assassination Classroom as well. Nobody hates these characters. As far as we all remember, they were actually decent characters and people were horny posting on main, meaning the possibility of being gay just to be able to tap them and for wanting to tap them. But the fun stopped because these
The connotation of charming significant because more overlap between. That's so true, because like the things you say in the internet in one way or another is gonna be adapted in real life. That's how it all starts though. Like same with the Harlem Shake. It starts at the internet, blows out in real life. Same with like the way you treat other people in the internet. It might blow up in real life. Sometimes you might say words that is like only available in any culture. I'd be like, oops. Oops, I'm sorry I said that. Like I forgot I'm not in the internet.
as JWs decided that trap was a slur. If you say it, you are a bad person and you just offended the entire
I don't think saying the word trap is a you like entirely a bad person unless you know the connotations of that word and you keep repeatedly saying it. And that's bad. Now that's bad. I think the word trap is just like the word itself is like not a bad word, but like if you put a different meaning onto that word, then that is bad. Intention, the intention
community,
versus
the
context.
entire trans community, because it was under the lens of trapping somebody.
But I will say that using that word in the internet is bad in itself because it will somehow apply in real life, and it could be very dangerous to other individuals, especially who are transgender people.
This discussion was actually relevant in Vtubing because back in 2022, Finana banned the word trap in her chat and decided to go for the Twitter infamous educate yourself incident.
Nah, I'd rather not educate myself on lies and information when it comes to the word trap. Bruh.
I don't like bringing this topic up again because I have a feeling Finana may actually no longer feel this way. Like she actually got educated.
Wait, what? She did? But I think I'm gonna ban a word that has two definitions on my streams because it's used as a descriptive slang to say gender, and I hate in my chat. Every time I play a new gacha game, it makes me comfy.
Because back in 2022, Finana banned the word trap in her chat and decided to go for the Twitter infamous educate yourself incident. I don't like bringing this topic up again
Is she a bad person? I don't
because
know.
I have a feeling Finana may actually no
biased?
longer feel this way. Like she actually got educated.
I keep seeing people use financial measurement, and I would like to I would like context as to how it's used and how it began.
Correct me if I'm
Fair.
wrong though. It's drama from 2022, so who fucking cares? Still, the topic is important because the discussion carried over. Another anime culture stuff that SJWs were getting mad about were fan service in anime. Now, I actually dislike excessive fan service in anime, but when fan service has a plot relevance, when fan service has a reason, or is
I wish fan service there was fan service for a reason, not just like fan service for the fan service. Be like, oh my god, I revealed my boob. Same with ReZero. Okay, there was an there was like the recent episode of ReZero when Ram finally came back. Like her how do I say this? Her boobs got big. And it was only like a clip of it. It was only like a second of it. And then you know what? Some YouTubers like it should not be like stop. Carry on. He like stopped on one frame featuring her entire chest. And then okay, let's move on. That is a great example of like fan service for the sake of plot. But like fan service is like the excessive use
fan
of
service
like
in anime. But when fan service
like this like excessive like
has a plot
now that
relevance,
is crazy.
when fan service has a reason or is the entire premise of the show, it's fair game. I'm talking about High School DxD, Kill La
Who?
Kill, High
Oh
School
my
of the
God.
Dead.
Oh my
These are apparently problematic because of, well,
Crispy.
Juicy. Smoky.
The new BK Crisper is here. Order now.
Hey, don't cut in line.
I hate
so
these
what?
ads.
I'm level
'Cause it's
300 and I've
fucking-
got solar
yeah,
panel.
I wish I could ban these stupid ads.
Hey,
Level 300 and solar panel on my spaceship.
lady, I passed level
I
999.
hate this. Like
fan
I
service.
wish I could just ban them. I wish I could erase this from existence.
Because a lot of these settings were based in high school and high schoolers are minors, I guess. It got to a point that My Hero Academia
Hey!
fan service, My Hero Academia being a very popular
Oh yeah, this is like semi fan service, but I love this
entry point for a lot of these fucking
because it's kind of like it's like part of her lore. She does
tourists,
this.
really hated it when any female character in the show had some fan service. It's really hard to engage with these people in good
A little bit.
faith because they unironically think fiction equals
I love that.
reality. Because they are close-minded, using Western standards and using it to judge and consume non-Western media. As an example, okay, just a very minor example, Ludwig said he liked Madoka Magica, and here's the reaction of the people around him.
Uh-oh.
You are a fucking chomo.
No, Zipper, can you pull Madoka Magica?
What if What are you getting him to do that for?
I'm just asking a question.
1,000 years old?
That's what I'm saying. That's what we always do, and we always make excuses.
God, I feel bad for Ludwig in this. Damn. People talk about anime VTubers. Ew.
Like Madoka Magica, and here's the
Also, I don't know who that is.
reaction of the people
I don't know who Madoka Magica is.
around him.
You are a fucking chomo.
No, Zipper, can you pull Madoka Magica?
What if
What are you getting him to do that for?
I'm
What
just,
if the
I'm just
child
asking
is
a question.
1,000 years old?
That's what I'm saying.
never
That's what we
Oh
always
my
do, and we always make
God.
excuses for these fucking
What
people.
a tired. Okay, so just tell me.
Right. So what are we
Go to
doing?
images. I'm just
God.
asking if Puella Magi Madoka Magica would count for this category you're talking
If
about.
I meet somebody, if I start a new job and my coworker says this is his favorite anime, I'm
Oh
like,
my
yeah, I'm
God.
gonna beat the shit out of you after work.
What? It's an anime. What is the context of the anime? Does it feature CP? Then that would be weird.
Yeah, we're
By the
gonna
way.
kill you, man.
Wouldn't do that.
We're
I'm
gonna
gonna beat the
we're-
shit out of by the dumpster.
We're gonna turn the water up slowly until you don't notice it's boiling.
But here's the thing, I don't really watch these anime anyway.
Talk to them less.
It's a good show.
Okay.
yeah, but Ludwig.
Okay.
Why is that?
Yeah, but you haven't watched
When is that
Okay.
ever a good enough reason?
These people would probably kill themselves when exposed to other cultures beyond what Hollywood or, I don't know, literally any non-Western thing shows up on the silver screen. And then some of these people get promotions, get higher into the food chain, and become responsible for part of its distributions, such as dubbing and translation. A very infamous example of dubbing actually came from the Dragon Maid anime. Well, I'll just show it to you.
What are you wearing that for?
Oh, those pesky patriarchal societal
Sorry.
demands were getting on my nerves.
What did you say?
Oh, those pesky patriarchal societal demands were getting on my
Puffy patriarchal. I'm not gonna repeat that because it's gonna be like another pussy patriarchal norms.
nerves. So I changed clothes.
Give it a week, they'll be begging you to change back. 何ですかその格好。いつも言われるから露出度を抑えたんだ。
Toning down the exposure, really?
どうかな次は体を変えるといいですよ。
That was unapologetically, absolutely nasty. And it seems like the voice actress was super unapologetic and smug about it too. It's not just anime. In Japanese games, this has also been an occurrence. There was a controversy about how Dragon Baby Inc., where in the game Union Syndrome, they were apparently making shit up about the game's translations, putting in political shenanigans in areas where it's not relevant and don't belong there. And apparently, they are going to be localizing one of the games that I am actually high-key excited for, Puki Goddess, and suffice to say, I don't know why this studio was kept. I'd like to note that political commentary in many animes are a real thing. I don't want to come across as looking like anime is this politics-free zone of entertainment where I get sensitive about.
It's just a fucking lie. Like, I'm not criticizing the Nousagi, but a lot of people saying that anime is free of politics. One Piece, Ray Zero, especially Arc 10 right now, bruh. Spy X Family. There's
Anything-
so many political connotations and entwined in the scripts and in the stories.
They call the touches ma-anime. Problem is, these fucking unbelonging tourists and DEI hires put it in places it doesn't belong, ignores any and all existing political commentary, especially Japanese coded ones, in order to force theirs in, and when people call it out, they pull out the ists and phobics and isms, thus creating conflict, creating unnecessary drama.
Especially like Grey of the Fireflies. That is like one of the craziest anime, like the backstory of like the World War II, bro.
And heat for the company and the source material that they work with, putting a bad rep on their own movement too. Then, it moved to journalists. Kotaku and IGN and Game Rant
Oh, IGN.
became very prominent examples of this. I'm sure that if you've roughly followed how these people talk about nerd culture, then you've already found their angle and behavior more than a little perplexing.
Man.
Nerd culture, then you've already found their angle and behavior more than a little perplexing.
I think Last of Us 2 is great, even though like one of the main characters died, but it's like just because the main character died doesn't mean the story is bad. I think the story is amazing. It's an amazing I haven't played the game to be honest, but I've seen like gameplays and like how the story goes. And it's a story about how like revenge or something and like how you're gonna deal with that, like whether you're gonna like is if killing this person will relieve you of the pain and suffering that you have experienced, or does it make you feel worse because you just killed someone and nothing really changed about you,
Perplexing.
how you feel.
But what's truly perplexing to me is how these people were able to get the positions they were able to get in the first place. I know there's been talk about how BlackRock's DEI policies were responsible for it, putting in people who aren't qualified for their roles, people who aren't even interested, put into workspaces and cultures they don't belong in for no other reason than them being a minority. I'm a minority, and I fucking hate this.
Hey!
But see, I think that's the goal. They either manufacture outrage, misinterpreted slangs or terms because it loosely translates to whatever political shenanigans they want to use without proper context, or they knowingly infect spaces that don't belong to them for the sake of spreading the agenda. They don't care about the media they're yapping about, they just have some bullshit to spread. Beyond the politics, it's clear that they have no respect, no class, and no real interest in the culture and the community that they're part of. Even if you are an ally, even if you agree with their politics, it's not enough. They just don't like you. And in lieu of them being not a fan at all, they have inadvertently caused people to swing to the other side. Look, I actually genuinely believe that. I was there when it happened, at a time when I didn't have any stake in any of these internet politics.
It's like a do not disturb setting for your
Oh,
mind,
that adds.
and it gets you focused in just 5 minutes. Using science.
But enough of what happened in the past. Let's move on to the present. I've loosely nudged on the idea that the strat of the tourist is to come in droves onto a growing or small and niche community. They dictate what they do and don't like, infect what made that community niche and interesting, then they keep inviting more people in and spreading their influence due to it until they reach opinion leader status, or become authority figures in a way, until they effectively push the original fans and inhabitants
He's so
of
funny
that culture.
sometimes.
This is when these people evolve from tourist
God.
to colonizer. One example of this
Colonizer?
happening is in Uma Musume. The situation went when a person who just only got into Uma Musume and don't really know the game at all that much got invited to become a mod. Problem is,
What? She
really
just
know the
got
game
in?
at all that situation went when a person who just only got into Uma Musume and don't really know the game at all that much got invited to become a mod. Problem is, the sentence prior to what I just said. They don't know the game that much. They don't know the story. Don't
They
know
were
the
already
history of
mod.
the Umas and even the company that they're representing aside from what Twitter tells them. But what they do is enforce beliefs that even in the context of the game actually don't make sense and banning people for having fun with it. So one has to ask, even if I don't know how this process was done, why and how the fuck were these people given positions of power in the first place?
Yeah.
When they obviously just don't know too much of the game. I feel like it's common sense. If you are going to be an authority or opinion leader of a community or genre or media, you should at the very least have intermediate levels of engagement with it. Your ball knowledge doesn't have to be elite. At the very least, it has to be respectable. So how? Legit fucking how? Aside from the whole DEI thing, perhaps because being loud works. Being loud, typing in
That's one of the things that I hate about. That's so true though. Because when you're so fucking loud, like when you're like blah, 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 like say a lot of things, people will tend to take notice, and if you keep repeating the same sentence over and over again, people might think that the word that you're saying is true. Like, oh my god, this person is racist, this person is racist, like, and then the people outside would think that, wait, I keep hearing this. Is this person really racist? Oh, he must be racist because a lot of people are saying that. But in reality, is not the truth. That's so like true when it comes to society. People listen to the louder voice than like doing the research themselves and realizing that this person is crazy.
caps lock and relying on Twitter likes, real or botted, from individuals who politically agree with you but don't even know or like the media you're talking about, gives the impression of the majority. You have these fucking gimmick accounts larping as Umas and doing or broadcasting things that are the antithesis of what those Umas are all about. These are people who only discovered what the hell Uma Musume was and joined the bandwagon when it came out, and all of a sudden they're acting like they've been fans and forcing headcanons that aren't real. Attempting to force headcanons, by the way, their delusions, are a very common thing these people do, as we'll see later. But as a major example of this, another major example of this from
Meet a fake Uma fan. Excluding ships M Trainer / Uma, I will the horse Agnes Glue Factory complains about Yuri, mischaracterization gang, call him the 107. I don't even know this game.
Uma Musume, with a bit of an interesting tourist insisting loudly, declaring that people should stop drawing Umas with their trainers or shipping them with men. They are not for you, they said, all while not even finishing or playing a lot of these Umas campaigns. Uma Musume is apparently built for Yuri friends, and while Uma Musume does have Yuri elements, and there's even nothing necessarily wrong with playing with those ideas, and letting your imaginations run wild,
Ow.
Uma Musume was
Wow.
absolutely not marketed
That's so funny.
for you. Imaginations run
That's
wild,
funny.
necessarily wrong with playing with those ideas and letting your imaginations run
It's
wild.
mad.
Uma Musume was absolutely
Okay.
not marketed for you. Uma Musume
Oh my
was
god. I never watched Uma Musume. Damn, that clip is funny. But
marketed
damn.
towards overworked, horse race gambling addicted, idol-loving Japanese salaryman who just wants to pose for some waifus. While yes, as a Yuri fan, you can absolutely enjoy some Uma Yuri, I'm not
Yep.
saying this game isn't for you because if you enjoy it, then you enjoy it, but it's more of a consequence of the setting. Don't pretend like the Yuri was
I know all MS people are closeted misogynists who reduce women to submissive dishwasher despite Umas being really strong and capable athletes. True. Holy projection. My guy, you're the narcissist who treats other women as bumbling dolls, you dumb
promised to you 3,000 years ago or something. These people are examples of the tourist derogatory, people who have never known or was even interested in the game and its fan base, who insists upon their extremely hostile and delusional headcanons for the game and its culture and pushes it out for the world. And usually these tourists, derogatory, come from age
You're
ranges
derogatory.
between underage to 23. Of course, some people are over 25, but those I've seen are far and few between. There are people who haven't really experienced much of the culture of the internet, and the opinions that they have are sentiments that their usually Western fandoms have already entrenched themselves.
That's so true though. Like a lot of a lot of the children think they're so right. I think my dad told me that too when I was a kid. Like, oh, just because like you know better doesn't mean you're right. You're just a child and you feel like you're. And it's so funny. Sometimes I'm always like when it comes to like statements that he doesn't really know of. My dad is a legitimate narcissist. Like that when I was like teaching like our cousin or something, when I was teaching like our family relative about what exercises to do with stroke, he was like, you should know, you should do this because this. I'm like, excuse me, do you have any medical experience? Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. This is not your expertise. Your expertise is the law, and among that, he didn't even pass the board exam. So basically, you're just a postgraduate, and you didn't even fucking pass the board exam. Shut the fuck up. That's how narcissistic my dad is. Like it's like he really wants to prove that he is something, but he overextends himself to the point that whatever he spouts out is other bullshit.
So anything that is even a little spicy or
So what was it? What was my point? I forgot.
are over 25, but those
That's why like when I was like I always like kind of like not respected him so much. But here's the thing: there are just some kids that don't really know real life too, as well. So, but it's I think for me, I think that is for the kids to understand where they are lacking.
Those I've seen are far and few between. There are people who haven't really experienced much of the culture of the internet, and the opinions that they have are sentiments that their usually Western fandoms have already entrenched themselves in. So anything that is even a little spicy or unconventional from Western standards is a bit of an alien concept to them. They are also super young and usually aren't open-minded, so it makes sense that they usually screech about these sorts of things. Some of them might even grow out of it eventually. But even enjoyers of non-Western media are not exempt from this. Casual anime enjoyers, especially COVID weebs, are prone to liking the very surface of anime and Japan as a culture. I'm not saying that Japan's culture is all good. I have my own gripes and have expressed said gripes about parts of Japanese nerd culture before, but there are too many things that I think are demonized.
Oh my god!
And again,
that wasn't the news. That wasn't the news.
Not being your taste is not the problem. It's when you force that and your
because all white girls are either really gay or really racist. There's no in between.
politics into other people's throat and think yourself more
which one
morally superior for it. It's again when you use Western lens to look at non-Western media. We have a situation, for example, where for some reason the demons in Frieren have become a racial analogy when it is clearly not supposed to be. Demons are different species who evolved to develop human-like features and language to eat them better. They are predators. They are not a race. They are a species who have different morals and principles from humanity. And yet we have people insisting that Frieren glorifies racism, that it co-ops white supremacists or whatever. Brother, nobody said that. They were insisting some sort of moral issue with the demons even after it was explained why they can't coexist with humans, and for some reason some of these people interpreted this as a white supremacist analogy. A fucking Japanese media, apparently.
Honestly, like, I don't know much of Frieren, so I can't really comment on this.
Is white supremacist. That's crazy. They are making up scenarios in their head to get upset about. So to piss people even more, the counterculture to this actually started being racist or did actually attract actual racists.
Oh my god. The counterculture attracted actual racists. Jeez. I cast the die blank spell. Ooh, die blank. I don't know what it is.
Again, just to piss you people off. You are also apparently a disgusting human being if you enjoy Mushoku Tensei.
Please stop recommending Mushoku Tensei. The fact that the protagonist's story is like a 50-year-old groomer in the body of a teenager, certainly isn't a positive for me. But there's another simple reason I cannot recommend you that you waste your time on Mushoku Tensei. It's poorly written. I don't even
because
know
Rudius and the characters in the series are not the shining beacon of morality that they come to expect from all main characters in any media. I've legit seen people pearl clutch about how the show glorifies grooming, pedophilia, and polyamory for some reason. These people, again, legit act like a piece of fiction is a reflection of reality, so it's hard to meaningfully engage with them in a real discussion. Another case are a bunch of these new weebs being angry that the author of Gachiakuta reposted a video where a guy was cosplaying the character Jabber with leeks hanging from his head, which are supposed to be a black guy's locks. This was apparently very racist, and the author
it wasn't that serious.
Deserved all manner of harassment, name-calling, and death threats. Obviously, this was more than stupid, where even the animators and she responded in a way that I felt deserving, blocking people and calling them the children that they are. Before that, there were even people trying to insist that she is apparently non-binary, whatever gender identity they started to hallucinate.
She used neutral terms for privacy reasons. Somehow they misinterpreted.
And she low-key mocked them because of it. Judging a person's gender identity is an insensitive and offensive thing, unless they are doing it. It's not just Gachiakuta that is getting shit from this, there's also One Piece. I can talk about how Logan Paul, the parasite.
The fact that even Speed was like, ew. Even Aisha Speed was like, seriously? Seriously.
That he is trying to worm his way into the One Piece fandom just so he can grift and hustle his way into anime just to siphon as much money and clout that he can. And the original script and recording in this segment, I recorded this fucking video 3 times, specifically just shitting on Logan Paul, was originally like 6 minutes long. There was just too much to say about him, but I decided to cut it out of the video because I realized that while he is a big boss of tourists, a gigalarper, and should be shut out from anything anime related,
True. Like he has so many things, so many like anything Pokemon related. But like, do you really even care about this, or do you just like want to collect it and be like, "Hey, I got it! You didn't get it! What?"
he does not care. He does not believe in any of this. In fact, he wants people like me to talk about him because it'll only spread his
Fami, you know what about me and card collecting? I do not care if I don't get like the legendary card. I only care like if the card looks good. Wait, where's my wallet? In my wallet, I got a card that is so basic that even when like I opened that card in a place. I forgot where I got that. Like it was like a Pokemon event pop up shop in the city, and they were like, oh, like, oh, what card did you get? And then, oh, that's amazing. I got, what is this? I got it was a Japanese version. It was a shiny Entei or something, like Entei. It was like, I don't know, which I don't know. And then one of the cards, I got a roaring moon pixelated or something. I don't know what you call these. And then they were like, "Oh, that's too bad." I was like, "Oh, it's still good anyway. Can I like wrap it in plastic?" I was like, "No, you only get that from like legendary pulls." I was like, "Okay, fine." And then I put the roaring moon card in front of the Entei card because it's in English. Because like I don't know. I'm sorry. I preferred the English cards were like my first cards. Card sleeve. I still have it. It's in here. I wish I could show it to you guys. Like I have it. Like really like this art. I really like the art in. I really like the art within the like about Roaring Moon. It's not like the GX or like the rarities. It's so the art is beautiful. The card itself is shiny, and I was like, I love it. I still love it. I don't care if it's not the rarest of all rare cards. If it looks cool, I love it.
his notoriety and, affect his bottom line in a positive way. He fakes being a fan, but there's like this slimy upfrontness of his grift. It's very odd, a sort of counterintuitive kind of way.
Kopi ko brown, saktong timpla, sarap pampa-up. Try this.
Sarap.
Pampa-up.
Plume is different in so many ways. As soon as I knew what I needed to do, they were able to put my transition into.
The tourists that I'm currently shitting on aren't upfront about their grift, because it's not a grift they're mainly after. It's a conversion, although both is a good result. A means to push an agenda, twist messages, mince words,
I love that we were talking about trans rights and like protect trans people, and then the ad that came up is a trans ad. I was like, yes, YouTube is stalking us. YouTube, fuck you. Just kidding. I love YouTube. YouTube. This is like one of the reasons why I am a nerd in itself. I know you're listening to YouTube. I know you're listening. I know that I know that I know that like I learned a lot of things in YouTube. You guys are a great social system. However, I really wish that you could like mandate and moderate like the good eggs and the bad eggs, because there's a lot of bad eggs in the community, like Logan Paul. You still have Logan Paul and like and Jake Paul. The Paul brothers, those bitches, like why are they still here? Like I wish like you could do something. Stop them. Stop their for the evil days to come through. And for even if the good people don't make you a lot of money, why can't we like put up the good people on a pedestal so that people will follow in their footsteps, so that the next generation of people like the kids who are watching these grown adults will actually be better people. you know because if we keep putting terrible people in pedestals, then they will follow their examples and just chase money rather than morals, like these bitches.
Represent the intent and tell the author,
YouTube, you're listening? You better listen.
That they know better than the actual fucking authors. Because while we're in the topic of One Piece, they are actually quite infamous in this same franchise. Because some people insist that Yamato is trans, which we know that she is not because the card's official sources, supervised by the author himself, says that she is a she. The reason why
she is a she. It is One Piece,
she
right?
says this is because she idolizes Odin so much she identifies and emulates as literally him, identifies herself as everything about him. Certain people believe that she is trans because of this. Again, despite official sources saying otherwise, and One Piece fans who believe this will get mad and try to mentally gymnast their way into thinking, oh, the cards aren't written by Oda himself. Brother, he supervises and approves them. Heck, the One Piece fandom wiki falls right into this delusion too. Like, what do you mean the cards are written by him but we don't know if he wrote her card specifically? Like what? We're using vagueness for your agenda? When in that same sentence you acknowledge that Oda writing it himself makes it most likely that you're wrong? This isn't even transphobia for me, this is just me trying to be real with people. Because for these tourists, for these colonizers, the need where their headcanons have to be real for some reason are the cause of many of the arguing on Twitter. This didn't and shouldn't have needed to be a conversation, but for some reason, it is. Databooks or guides supervised by the authors themselves are considered secondary canon, meaning that unless contradicted from the source material, which would include the manga and the author's word, they are canon. They are also typically just summaries of parts of existing source material that we already know of at the time of its publication. And a lot of the parts of them are also outsourced to third-party companies, such as the flavor text and the power scaling measurements. So of course there's going to be some things in there that are wrong, inaccurate, or outdated. And those things are usually plot points, details about somebody's abilities or powers, or something that wasn't revealed to audiences at the time. Not something like someone's gender identity. And while I am aware that One Piece, I would like to think, is a very progressive anime, especially a lot of its colorful representations. So I understand why there's a lot of progressive people who have this sentiment, but let's not hallucinate here. Aside from that, Oda released One Piece art that featured all the female cast, and surprise surprise, Yamato was there. Again, full-blown statement, in front of your eyes, that she is a woman. But Twitter people reacted to it the same.
What? Let's go, lesbians. I wanna kill. Really? You wanna kill? And also, you have a gay picture in your profile. Do you just hate women in general? Like, let's go, lesbians, but also, like, let's hate women.
Same way.
What? Like, I support gay sex, but trans people, no. Like, huh? Like, the trans, like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. I think I'm saying it wrong. Like, what? Oh, this straight person is not allowed to touch any LGBT comments. I think it's so great that somebody as straight, I think, as Oda is like exploring themes of, you know, like cross-dressing or like gender information. Like that would be so great, like, and very progressive for, you know, for the community as a whole, because before LGBT community is just like a small bubble within society of outcasts, but now, like, it's important that the whole everybody in the entire universe understands that the LGBT exists. That's why there's a month dedicated to them, like, you know, like Pride Month. And then it's important for like the everybody to understand that there are gay people, there are lesbians, there are transgenders, there are bisexuals, there are asexuals, there are queer people, there are non-binaries. There's so many others, and to like block people from exploring that topic, then how can we spread news of your existence if we gatekeep the LGBT community?
You'd expect. It's entirely different if you want to believe that characters are a certain way. Headcanons are a fun way to consume media and delve deep into themes and stories, as long as you do not insist upon it, and most definitely.
If I see more aimless woman comment, a pipe bomb won't be the only thing sending to your house. I'm so tired. She's trans. Like, they already said, like, this person is a fictional character. Let him say who she is or she wants to say. You don't speak for a fictional character.
Definitely do not deny and threaten the author for it. Jesus, anime has a lot of real and actually decent queer representation, most of them even better than how forced Hollywood portrays it. We have so many like Lily from Zombieland Saga, an actual trans character.
That the difference between her. Wait, there was a specific character in like, I forgot what anime was that. Really love that the aunt is trans, and then they don't make her transness her entire personality. I forgot what anime was that. Like, she is a woman by right. It was the character's aunt, and then like her stories was like touched on like for a brief moment, but the focus on the story is on the main character itself, not on the end, because it's clear that this person has an Adam's apple, like male features, but dresses up as a woman. That even like it was like briefly explored in the anime. I forgot what anime it was. I love that anime. I really love that how the anime presented trans people. That's awesome. But the show confirms that she's a boy, but really wanted to be a girl at the point she died from fear of growing up to be a man. Yamato advances with everything about Oden, which happens to be a man. Masao, now Lily, identifies as and wants to be a
Character
girl.
Leo and Galio from Promare, the most bombastically epic gay representation I have ever seen. The endless stream of Yuri anime, and very recently, Kirara from Jujutsu Kaisen. So despite all of that, why are we forcing people into gender identities they don't
Mr. Transmission in JJK, damn.
actually identify as, and
they're really going LGBT, like the way Megumi is presumed to be bisexual. Like, if you like men too, I'm like, because like he was when that guy who was like, oh, if you like men too, like it's fine, and he was like, yeah.
why are we literally harassing creators for not conforming into your delusions? I've said this in the past, but I'm actually an LGBT ally. Despite how many of my detractors, my edgy jokes, and how I'm yapping.
Also, even though like Jujutsu Kaisen is LGBTQ friendly, but I haven't watched it. I just don't like I don't like the plot. I don't think I'm gonna like watching some of the characters. Damn, but like at the same time, plot, like the one of the reasons I watch anime is for not for the plot, but for the morals of the story. And I was like, what are the morals of JJK? I really don't understand.
About it right now seems to suggest. But I'm not the mindlessly unquestioning, uncritically obedient, agenda-following ally that a very extreme part of the movement wants me to be, and because of that, I don't belong there. I will call you retarded when you are being...
See, he can say that. I want to say that R word. I want to say that. I want to say the N word. I want to say the R word. So
retarded.
much.
I'd like representation, but I don't want it to be forced. I want it done properly. Yes, unfortunately, your Nousagi is equal parts chud and woke in the way that matters, in my opinion. But it's these exact same annoying headcanon claiming demographic that's spilling into Vtubing. Heck, I'll even list more examples that I listed earlier.
What? To be clear, Zentreya in a uniform promoted it references. They went on a rant about snowflakes and then wearing the. Huh? Is there a sign? Did a sign, or was there a sign, or was it just a German outfit? If it's a German outfit, you're in. See, really? That's the basis, not the sign. There was like somebody waving a flag with the sign. I was like, now that is now that is Nazi. Like, hello?
These people were harassing Zentreya for having a Nazi outfit. She had a justified crash out about it, calling the woke cancel culture bullshit out, and then being accused of being a MAGA grifter. Everyone that these people don't like is a MAGA grifter, apparently. Another, Nichi sisters being upset that Vermillion of Nichi-en acknowledged Men's Mental Health Day. That they say he even downplayed Pride Month because
men's like that's so stupid though, because men are more emotionally unstable than women. Fact. Even though science says that women tend to have more, like medical issues, mental issues than men. But men, if you like see a man, like if you see a man, there's like I could say this with confidence as a man that men are more emotionally unstable than women. And it's just not recorded into science because I think maybe I'm going into conspiracy theory territory, but I do believe because a lot of men are very insecure in their actions and are very it's like unconfident or something, and that when they are not confident they like strut up front that looks so confident, but in reality it is a shield or a front. And that's how men have been what you call that that's how men have been um uh, treating themselves. Meanwhile, women are more honest with themselves. That's why they dive deep into reality so fast it hits them like a truck, and that's where they develop mental illnesses. Meanwhile, men's mental illness is being crazy, actually, being narcissistic. That is men's mental illness. There's like women have a variety of mental illnesses because they are more honest with their feelings and their emotions. Meanwhile, men are very like lie to themselves a lot that their most common mental health disorder is narcissism.
Of this. And lastly, apparently the word hag as a VTuber term is apparently misogynist, rooted in misogyny, but we aren't ready for that conversation, as if to suggest that the people using it are speaking with sexist undertones whenever they say it to a VTuber, and she tries to excuse this by saying that she's just not comfortable with it.
Pag kulang sa fiber, kawawa ang tiyan. Drink Del Monte Fiber Enriched Daily for a cleansed tummy.
These people fall under the umbrella of slacktivists who don't really know what they are talking about, either because they're too young to understand these concepts and have little media literacy, or because they just don't understand the media or the culture that they're in, and they do not have any other frame of reference beyond their need to be morally in the right, the white savior complex, the victim complex, and the Eurocentric views. One has to recognize the parallels of what happened in anime and video games, and now Vtubing, because these colonizers saw Vtubing as an easy next step in their careers, and to be honest, I understand the vision. Vtubing is a very free platform, the ability to bypass your actual physical appearance.
I really love the concept of Vtubing because I can just be me without being judged from physical appearance. I really don't like people seeing me in seeing me in like real life or like in the flesh, and that could be that could be seen as cowardice, but for me I put it as a safety shield. Like, you can hear my voice, you can still hear my brain, you can still hear my opinions. I just don't want my face to be used against me because I already have like like semi debilitating depression, and that is somehow connected to the way I look. I don't really like looking at myself in the mirror for like for since my childhood, because my dad always tells me that I look like a monkey, and then I do not like I kind of rooted on that that statement for me throughout my whole life. And that's why I find VTubing like a comfort space for me to just be, a person at the side, at the corner of the screen, talking and glowing while I'm talking. Glow. Me glowing at the side. But yeah, I really love that. That's how I feel with VTubing, and the fact that people are like using it for like to fulfill their sadistic needs is just like really unfortunate, and like makes a bad light to a very respectable community.
An identification, the ability to represent yourself however you want, is a very awesome thing. That's why it was mostly inhabited by nerds, neats, losers, and conventionally unattractive people. And yes, this does include the LGBTQ community. It's a way to balance the scales and attempt to have just as much of a chance of success as attractive streamers and content creators, especially for women, since looks play a massive role in
That's so true.
the success of streaming for them. And if you're already an anime fan or a fan of animation, art, and general fandom stuff, it was the next
Why is the Bible there?
natural step. There was also a lot of money pouring in despite being a dozen times smaller than the general streaming industry. But a lot of opportunists and tourists saw that chance, only understood that part of VTubing, only understood the medium, not the culture, and they refused to. They don't understand that just like any other community, VTubing has its own set of stuff going on. The system is largely rooted in Japanese culture, both the good parts and bad parts of it. So what they do is throw it out of the window, call themselves a VTuber because the definition is the only thing that matters to them.
You mean like the burnt peanut? Jeez. Never speak of that bitch's name ever.
Technically, yes. Slapping a moving PNG and rigging it to a face tracking software constitutes someone as a VTuber. But that's like saying I'm Hispanic just because I'm brown, and I guess is technically a descendant of Spanish blood, or saying that a person of Filipino descent is still Filipino even though they've been raised in America their entire life and has never even set foot in the Philippines. I think when you undertake a label or title, you need to identify with that, culturally speaking, not just because
That's Ariel Pineda, right? Why does he look so Japanese?
you technically are it. I think to really call yourself a VTuber, you don't even need to follow all the unspoken rules or agree with the vague and sometimes arbitrary terms of the industry. You just need to learn it, explore the industry, be respectful, be open-minded, and don't get into drama or speak out unless you really understand it. For example, not everyone likes GFE. While cultivating a whaley parasocial audience is a thing many VTubers do that makes people uncomfortable, you don't have to do that. You can just ignore it, leave people alone who do it, and move on with how you want to proceed with your career and make your own community, instead of calling them fucking predators. If lollies make you uncomfortable, that's fine. We have
You like making comfortable, just don't watch it. Why are you there? Somebody was like, I remember like in Shoto stream, somebody was like, "Ew, why are you doing this?" I'm like, "Why are you here?" If you don't like the content, why are you still here?
acquaintances that have this opinion, but in the culture it's kinda normal. Just don't engage with it and move on. If you see a particular kind of drama between VTubers or fandoms you don't even know until 10 minutes ago, maybe don't say anything and engage in needless shit-flinging for drama that you ultimately have zero stakes in. But that's not what these people will do. For some reason, they will call VTubers that cultivate parasocial audiences predatory. They're fans, groomers. They will say lollies are pedobait and you are a pedophile if you like some rocks. They will comment in situation and figures they know jack shit and preach about what they think is a good and moral thing. They will use VTubing and their shit and preach about what they think is a good and moral thing.
They removed Bao.
They will use VTubing.
Like they used one clip and then like
They know jack shit. Pedophile if you like some rocks. They will comment in situation and figures they know jack shit and preach about what they think is a good and moral thing. They will use VTubing and their community as a means to spread an agenda. Instead of they should say lollies are pedobait and you are a pedophile if you like some rocks. They will comment in situation and figures they know jack shit and preach about what they think is a good and moral thing.
I wonder though. A lot of people are like not really liking Shoto, and I wonder if there's like basis to that. But still, there's no solid proof. You know, I'm a Shoto follower. I have his merch. I follow him. I watched his stream yesterday. Okay, but I wonder if depressed Nousagi has an opinion about Shoto. And I am scared. That's like say I'm scared. I'm scared that something is wrong. I really hope
they will use VTubing and their community as a means to spread an agenda, instead of doing what made VTubing fun in the first place. Escapism, a means to entertain and be entertained. So if you're more stressed out about the stuff in VTubing that makes you uncomfortable than you are more concerned and stressed about making content, then this place may not be for you. They will beg for money, not just because of their consistently bad financial decisions, but because they saw how all the big VTubers have their massive whales, and they'd like to have a piece of that without doing the work that said big VTubers did in the first place. They will
That's why I feel uncomfortable begging for money, because like I'm a lazy bitch. Like I don't have the standard of content or the drive or the hunger or the greed to be like one of those the big VTubers. Like the reason why I haven't like had any emotes yet, even though like I think I can do that now. Like I can like I should do that. I'm kind of excited to like I want to commission somebody and like start getting some emotes. I want to do that someday because like I already have like the subscription thingy. I didn't even realize that I had that. Like, but I thought now I was gonna get that if I only unlocked that if I'm affiliate. I'm not affiliate yet, and I'm confused. But I was like, okay, at least I have it now. But I unlocked it now, but it's still confusing. But what is talking about? Um, but I know that I am not as like driven compared to like the other VTubers in the community. I'm just like yapping. I love yapping, and the problem is there's nobody to listen to my yaps, and my yaps have some basis, some ground. Okay, like, and if there's something wrong with what I said, I wanted to learn as well. Like that's why I always explore like commentary videos so that I will learn what's right and what's wrong. Isn't that the standard of real life IRL?
Complain about how Hololive essentially gave certain VTubers a fast path to success. But that's the problem, see? They treat our hobbies and culture like fun novelties instead of actually meaningfully understanding or engaging with it. This is how we get multiple, retardedly avoidable indie drama, the multiple community sparking, the civil wars, even the wars between VTuber and non-VTuber fans. What is it that these people say? My culture is not your costume or something? But I guess this attempt at purity testing and moral grandstanding only applies to people they don't like, not to themselves or to anyone that they're associated with. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you, Chief. This video is obviously supremely negative. I feel like an unhinged schizophrenic, but that's because I am angry. It's the kind
Fair. You know what? Let him be angry.
of
Let
anger
this guy
that's
be
been
angry.
bubbling up since I was an anime fan and experienced all these fucking tourists and grandstanders taking up the space decades ago. I have been a fan of obscure media with very niche appeal. I've been a fan of franchises that were underrated and I wished more people enjoyed, only for that wish to do a little monkey's paw curl and get everything that I just talked about in this video instead. One would think that the solution is gatekeeping, but I would like to think that that's not going to be that effective. At least, not anymore. See, gatekeeping in its universal definition is the act of controlling or blocking access to something such as information, community membership, or resources. Translated over to the culture and community, the general community dictates who gets to be part of the community. For the most part, gatekeeping is done by the act of bullying someone out of a certain place for not belonging there. But despite the
Really? That's
negative
so
connotation this might have to people, it's not necessarily keeping outsiders in this very extreme xenophobic way. Though I do acknowledge that the conditions to no longer be considered an outsider is very vague and arbitrary. What do I mean by arbitrary? You see, there's a vocal fraction in VTubing that have multiple criterias to make someone not a tourist or a normie. For example, a lot of people think that showing your face or parts of your body revoke your VTuber status. A backlash quite evident whenever the VTuber versus IRL hashtag gets popular every 2 months. Some people also
It's true, but it's also like I keep seeing that in my TL. On Twitter, and I don't think that should like I don't think people should be deserve. I don't think these people deserve criticism for like showing their IRL life. Though there are some people who don't want to show it. If people want to show what they look like in real life, then let them show it. Then why are you like sending unnecessary hate to people who are confident enough to show their faces in real life? You know, it's not a warrant of. That's not an excuse to hate somebody like immersion to have an immersion break, because in real life VTubers are still real people. VTubers are still real people who live and breathe the same air, eat food, poop in the toilet, and then like and VTubers should be treated the same capacity as any human beings should be, you know, not in a racist, not derogatory, not something is below them.
think that if you don't know or don't even watch Hololive, you're not a VTuber fan. But some people think that if you're gonna be an e-whore as a VTuber, at least use the VTuber model. Some casually throw out the word tourist to someone they don't like, the more recent example being Bao the Whale. Now, I have to defend Bao here. Bao is not a tourist or a casual despite how many people claim
That's
that
so
she
weird.
is. Just
I really hate the people like hating Bao. Okay, I hate people Bao for face revealing. I hate people I hate people that hate Bao for no reason. Like, she's shown her face. She confident, be like, yes, I'm a queen, yeah. And then people like, how dare you show your face? You're a VTuber, how dare you do like, why? Can't you just let her evolve as a person or as a content creator? She makes a lot of content IRL now, and I'm like, you know what? That's amazing for her. And then people like, why are not a VTuber? Like, why? Honestly, she's one of the first big VTubers that broke the space into IRL, and that's like, I'm pretty sure in like a few years she's gonna be seen regarded as a mold breaker or a legend. To be honest, and honestly, work she has been breaking the mold since like 2020 when she started as a V singer in like 2015, right, and then became a VTuber in 2020 during the VTuber boom, and now she's now doing IRL content, and like not a lot of VTubers do IRL content and show their face, and now here we are with Bao
because they don't like her. There's plenty of reasons to criticize Bao for, but labeling her a tourist is not one of them.
Yep.
Bao has been doing nerd and anime adjacent content before most other VTubers even existed. Even back during 2015, she was an otaite, an anime song cover singer.
Yep.
Most VTubers and virtual idols you know now were otaites, and that content and brand evolution is as natural as it can get for any VTuber. Bao's personality and brand evolution is as natural as it can know now were otaites, and that content and brand evolution is as natural as it can get for any VTuber. Bao's personality as a fucking nerdy loser degen and her content also not being normie friendly also adds up. It's something only a VTuber fan and a loser nerd can appreciate and can actually watch, and I say that as a good thing. One can say that she fell out of love for VTubing, or that she disconnected herself from it based on recent events, but she's as much a nerd as you and me. And I'm using Bao as an example to basically make the point that I do recognize many people use the word tourist so casually and for arbitrary reasons, especially as an add-on label for people they dislike. If continued, this actually trivializes the meaning of the word, like LARP and incel. Those words lost its meaning and identity because too many people use them willy-nilly, which I wouldn't like to see for the word tourist because I like using it. In my opinion, doing the occasional face reveal and body is fine. However, I'd like to have it seen not so often because I understand the impression that if you're a VTuber that casually posts thirst traps and have IRLs be a main part of your content, then what the fuck is the point of your VTuber model? I understand and agree.
I will have to disagree with the press Nousagi. VTubers can allowed to be like, if you are like, content is content. It doesn't matter if you are a VTuber or a IRL content creator. Content is content, and if it represents somebody, like let's say Bao, it doesn't have to be entirely VTuber content. It doesn't entirely have to be IRL content. Same with what you said, that there are so many niches. Same with what he said, that there are so many niches within the VTuber community. There's also so many niches in like streaming communities in general or something. Like if Bao can be a VTuber, she can also be a IRL content creator or like show her face from time to time. Like, being a VTuber doesn't entirely mean you're gonna be entirely a VTuber for the rest of your fucking life. You know? There is no rules. That's what I love about VTuber. There's no rules. No rules and what you can or can't do. And establishing a rule for that, it's like, it's so limiting and it's so depressing.
That it blurs the definition, makes it easier for actual e-girl grifters to colonize the industry. Some special exceptions can include weeb or anime adjacent creators who've always done IRLs casually though, like Amalie, Onigiri, or Keisan. And while I am a big Hololive fan, I don't need you to watch Hololive or like it just to make you one of us. Hololive is not everyone's cup of tea, and EN Vtubing has expanded beyond Hololive's dominance and developed different and unique ways to consume it. In general though, how my conditions to determine tourists and casuals is quite generous. Only the simple idea of respect and open-mindedness to the culture you're visiting. Again, everyone has been a tourist at one point, but there are just certain people who can adapt better and be a good part of certain communities than others. Obviously, harassing, claiming, forcing headcanons, morally grandstanding, history revising, and trying to brute force change in a culture is not the best way to let people know that you are a good part of the community. I don't want to paint the picture that it's only just the woke mobsters that do this. I see quite a few from chuds as well. Christian tubers, apparently a new wave of VTuber trope,
Christian
and
tubers.
traditional
Oh.
anime and VTuber
What?
fans too. There is a subsection of anime fans who don't really even like VTubers. They think it's cringe and fake, to the extent that they hate it whenever VTubers gain prominent roles in shows, such as being a voice actress, being an OP singer, or even a one-off reference. They try to point out how unrealistic this is, like how this fucking Forever 17 anime girl who goo goo gagas, wiggles her virtual ass and acts like a retard is actually a 35-year-old ugly foid named Muriel farming simps and harvesting organ donor money, and that people are
named Muriel. Out of all the names, it's Muriel. It's kind of like, remember, like, oh, I support my friend who became trans, but why the fuck you name yourself Muriel? I know that. I saw that on Twitter. I was like, like, I support the transgender community, and I support that she transitioned from male to female. But why did you name yourself Muriel? Ooh, that's fun. That's funny though.
stupid for falling for that.
Uy, gutom na kayo na siya, oh. Paglaki ni Pansit Canton Kasalo Pack.
I'm hungry for Pasit Canton though.
But that's the exact point of VTubing. That is the main appeal. Pretending to be the retard is the point. Role-playing and being in character is the fun. It's what makes it different from regular streaming, even if they get a little lewd. Of course nobody actually thinks.
For me, I just don't. I'm like, VTubing can be fun being stupid, but being a real person while being a VTuber is so much freeing than being like like that's really
that these VTubers don't know
do you find this entertaining?
Basic math, or that they're that beautiful IRL. Because at the same time, I see a lot of VTubers who I think are being respectful and are actual genuine loser nerds, and are figures that I would constitute as people who actually get the culture, be called tourists, or that they are ruining VTubing because they decided to want a bouncy asset or because they do 18+ content. Even though I know it's inescapable and inevitable, I hate and will hate the politicization of VTubing from both sides and how it infected the culture. I don't care who started it. Both you new friend Christian pearl clutchers and tourist woke grandstanders are a massive oof. And I know I will make many people upset by saying that, and perhaps I'm not one to complain about it, but it's generally how I feel. Even if the annoyance from one side is extremely disproportionate, it would be dishonest of me to not call out fellow traditionalists when they do the exact same things that they want other people do. And it's part of the reason as to how and why I hate this retarded ass culture war. I'm usually in agreement with the traditionalist VTuber fans, but I do see that they can get a little extreme and unreasonably so a lot of the time. I'm a proponent of gatekeeping, but I don't think there's a real, concrete way we can enforce gatekeeping in a way that actually produces results, at least not without some bullying. Because how can you gate people out of an industry and community when they're already there and they already have enough people to—
I do not support bullying in any shape or form. I'm sorry. Sorry. The person Saki. It's just like honestly, like verbally, like I first politely say that, and then if it doesn't work, then just like, because I honestly that's a problem with Filipino culture as well, because Filipino culture really loves like shit talking. It really loves like bullying. Like if you don't agree with one's values, they'll be like, "You're stupid. You suck. You're R word." Like seriously, like that's the thing with Filipino, and like I can tell the person Nousagi. I think, in my opinion, I don't know, from maybe I don't know if it's true or not. He sounds so Tagalog. He's like, I don't want to say it because I might get in trouble with, because I'm Bisaya. Okay, I'm Bisaya. I live in Mindanao, and the people here are very open-minded. Well, some people, because they're really like, they're really they're really headstrong and blind to their fate and something, if you know what I mean. But I'm always an open generalizer. I always listen to the opposition and to make things fair. And then the problem is like, it's the same in both sides of the community. There are some people that will disagree with you and will fucking hate you for no fucking reason if you don't agree with their views. And same with the other side. They also do the same thing. I'm like, guys, you're like literally the same thing but just have different beliefs. And for me as a someone in the middle, I do not agree that like we should like bully each other into submission to bully each other into submission to enact a or for or force a belief that the other person will not 100% apply. It should be fair that there should be like a it should be fair that there should be a balanced discussion between the two, or if in the VTuber sense, like, you know, like show forewarning, show the people now we're not just crazy ass bitches in the internet, you know, like if you exercise bullying, then that would just show that oh, the VTuber community has a lot of bullies in it, and I don't want to participate in bullying behavior, which is not supposed to be what the VTubing space is. VTubing space is supposed to be a safe space for nerds and weebs and losers like me. But if you promote bullying, somebody who as someone who has been bullied in during his high school during high school, then you're not really making the VTubing space a safe space. I'm gonna have to disagree with Nousagi here. Sorry.
Push back against said gatekeeping. Like, the virus is already strong enough to fight the white blood cells. Realistically, there's mostly nothing people can do. Just enjoy the community as it is, do as you always have, hopefully be annoying so that they'll go away. The natives of the community will do this. The colonizers will also do this. Time will tell if any community...
See, same as what I said. Same as what I said, like, both sides of the spectrum will do the same thing. We'll just like, oh, why are you doing this? And the other side will be like, oh, why are you doing this? And then someone in the middle will be like, girl, can you just have a normal discussion?
will work in the favor of the natives or the colonizers, because ultimately it's the authors, the big players, the established opinion leaders that will dictate where favor will go. Really, what everyone else can realistically do is bitch and whine about it like what I'm doing right now.
Me!
So yes,
me
TLDR, I hate tourists with a burning passion. You should too, and this video is mostly just a rap.
Derogatory tourists, true. Tourists who are like who are just first timers or visiting the space, give him a chance. Come on, like give him a chance. Depends on the context of what you mean.
And a way to let people know where I stand about the certain directions of VTubing, of nerd culture, and how I feel about certain groups of people. So just know that despite everything that I said in this video, ultimately, I just wish that people are open-minded, everyone learns to get along and do as the Romans do.
True.
And if not, maybe certain places and cultures are not for you.
True.
Anyway, I'd like to thank my peeps, my supporters and donators for keeping the lights on in this channel. I promise not to be this unhinged in future videos.
No, you should be more unhinged. Show us more your opinions. Love it.
What I'm doing right now is even remotely unhinged. But anyway, that's it. See ya.
Honestly, it's a good video. Not bad. I do not condone bullying, but it's a good video discussing the tourist problem in VTubing. I didn't realize that there was like there are people like this, but it makes sense when you realize that VTubing as a sphere is like 1% of the content, you know, like 10% like I think 1% of content in like streaming service or whatever content in general is like 1% VTubing, and like the rest is IRL, the rest is gameplay, the rest is politics, the rest is commentary, the rest is drama. Like VTuber as a whole is only like a small portion of the content in like in society, in like in the internet society, and there will always be some bad eggs, same with every other sphere, and there will always be some good eggs, and we should be educated to know which side of the spectrum we are in based in morals or based in what we learn or what we understand in the world, and what we think is right and what thing is wrong. But it's also very important to respect the culture. It's same as what Nousagi said, when you visit Japan, you respect the culture instead of being loud and being like, bah! Like what Kesha do when she was singing? Like, At the beat of the drum. Oh, what a shame, man. And I'm like, the Japanese person was like, huh? Who is this person singing? I'm like, we're in a train, lady. Shut up. Like, we should all respect the the culture or the places that we visit. Same with VTubing. Same with when you visit a streamer. You don't just publicly say random bullshit online and be like, okay, sure. But I will do that. I will say, be like, hey, you know what? I went to Josh Sheki's stream, and like, here's the thing. There was like, if you see and like Twitch as of recent, there was like a pop up where they have ads for Audible, right? And I thought that it was Josh Sheki exclusive. There's like Josh got sponsored by Audible. I was like, ooh, like I kind of wanna like. And the requirements to get that subscription is you need to subscribe to Josh's channel, and I was like, I kind of want Audible, but I don't want to sub to Josh because like I don't like. And then I was like, you know what? He's sponsored. I'm just gonna get I'm just gonna get the Audible free 2 month premium membership, right? If I remember, because I wanted to listen to a specific audio book, and I still haven't listened to, by the way, which is so stupid. Um and then I remember you know what I typed? I typed to him, I subbed because I subbed because I wanted an Audible sponsorship, and I'm pretty sure he saw that. I was like, fuck, what the fuck is this bitch doing here? I was like, well, I said what I said, and I got what I wanted. Goodbye. And then it turns out I didn't know at the time. I thought Josh was sponsored by Audible. Turns out it was in throughout the whole Twitch. I was like, and when I went to show the stream, like, ooh, subscribe to get an Audible premium account. I'm like, I could have subbed to Shoto. No, and I absolutely hated it. I hate it. I hate my life. I hate that I subbed to Josh for no reason, and I could have like gotten that subscription from from Shoto. He wasn't live then. He was live at the time. Josh was the only one live at the time, and when Shadow was live, I think, damn, I should have subbed. Anyway, that's it. Thank you guys for watching this video. I really love that this video is only 40 minutes and I've been yapping for 2 hours. Because that's just, I love it. 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 That's just how I I really love yapping. I love like sharing, morals, and I really hope that you guys learn some morals as well. Morals, please. I wouldn't want any of my followers or anybody watching to have no morals or no backbone whatsoever. I want them to have morals, because if you don't, fuck off. Just kidding. But yeah. Thank you guys for watching, and that's it. It's 3 a.m., bitch. I have to wake up early for class. Because classes start tomorrow. So, you know what? I'm gonna go to sleep. Thank you guys for watching. And I will see you when I see you. Maybe Tuesday I will go back to Ray Zero streaming. Yeah, I need to finish that game because the game's gonna be so long. So long and so boring. But anyway, thank you guys. Bye bye. And I have to poop and pee.